How's it going, Pokemon trainers? My name is Ruffled Rowlet and welcome to a top 5 video. Today we'll be counting down the top 5 best shinies in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now before we get started, I want to just note one thing. Do understand, these are our top 5 picks. If you do not agree with these, then feel free to leave your own suggestions down in the comment section. If you have your own list, go right ahead and leave it there. We'd gladly want to see it. And either way, let's get right into this top 5. Number 5. Now on the 5th place, we have ourselves Desudai. Now, why do we put Desudai on the 5th place? Well, it's because we think the colors are beautiful. If you look at the general design on it, it goes from having that kind of lightish blue hood to a kind of dark light blue, which kind of makes no sense what I'm saying right there, but it's kind of a darkish, like a lower level of light blue, kind of like really on a more dark side, a lower, like a more dark palette. And then the face, it actually turns from having an orange palette to more of a red one, as well as the general body of it. You see the wings turn into a blacker color, and the body goes from having more of a like a pale, no, not really a pale, but more of a just a general brownish kind of tone to it, to a pure white one. And generally speaking, it's one of the coolest designs I've seen for a shiny in a long time. I really like it personally. If you do not agree, of course, leave your own in the comment section below. Now let's go to the 4th place. Number 4. Now, coming up with the 4th place, we have ourselves none other than Sandygast. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan when I originally saw this Pokemon, but I gotta say, Sandygast is an adorable little sandcastle. Now, how does the actual shiny look? Well, that's what's the most amazing thing ever. It actually turns into black sand with blue eyes as well. And also, they even took their time to edit the color on the goddamn shovel. The shovel goes from having a red color to a yellow color, which is beautiful. And I just think the whole fact that they switch it from a kind of white, like, you know, just your average sand color, they switch it from that color over to black, which is really not expected. I mean, I would have expected maybe a more yellowish tint to the, you know, sand, or maybe just a more yellow tint and not actually a full-on reverse, going from something that's sort of like a whitish color to a full-on black one, which I think is beautiful, honestly. It looks perfect on it, and I think it fits it very well. Now let's go to the next one. Number 3. Now, coming up at the 3rd place, we have ourselves Tapu Koko. Now, why do I like this one? Well, same thing with Sandygast. We have ourselves a Tapu Koko here. He is yellow, and all of a sudden, boom, we got ourselves a black and orange colored Tapu Koko. Now, I gotta say, I'm not the biggest fan of the orange tint that it has on the rest of his body, but just the black color to it is so cool. It really fits well. I really like the style of it. It's just such a really nice design, just generally speaking. Just looking at it makes you feel nice. Now, again, like I mentioned, we didn't pick, you know, a lot. There's only 5 of them, and we took it down to the 5 we liked the most. And of course, like I said, if you want to leave your own personal top 5, leave it in the comments below. Either way, let's go to the next one, shall we? Number 2. Now, coming up next is actually going to be 2 Pokemons showing the 2nd place on this list, and these 2 are going to be Solgaleo and Lunala. Now, I thought because they're both, you know, both legendaries, we might as well put them both on the same place. So this, technically speaking, is a top 6, but that shouldn't be a problem though. Either way, now let's get into the actual shinies. Now, we look at Solgaleo first, and this is definitely my favorite shiny, and I really want to get the shiny Solgaleo. It's just my ultimate goal. But here we go. So we have ourselves Solgaleo, which is just your, you know, just a white colored Solgaleo. It's got a bit of that yellow going for it, you know, a bit of red, and of course the eyes are blue, and just the overall design is pretty much centered around the white color. And then it just does a 180, and you go from having that to having a Solgaleo that is shiny that turns red. It's the most cool goddamn shiny I've seen in a long time. Now, it's gonna rival the 1st place choice, which is, I think, one of the coolest ones, in my opinion, even though it might not seem the best one to others, but I think just generally, Solgaleo's design is just beautiful. Now, we go to Lunala, and here we go from, you know, having that purple tint to just a really vampire-looking, you know, tint of like red and purple. The shiny just looks so beautiful. It's just so majestic in a way and in a sense. Just, I don't know, looking at it, it's just so perfect. That color fits it so well, and I'd love to have also a shiny Lunala. So I've got to say, these 2 perfectly fit on this 2nd spot. Now let's go to the 1st spot. Number 1. And coming up on the first place, guys, we have ourselves Salazzle. Now, why did I pick Salazzle here? Well, look at this. We have ourselves Salazzle that has a black tinted color, and then all of a sudden, like I said earlier, you just go from that to all of a sudden having a Salazzle that is just white. It's just got a white color. So it's almost like, you know, the feeling I got when I look at these two is kind of a yin and yang feeling. Like if you had two of these and you just had them together and you had called one yin and the other one yang, it just would be so cool. And that's just what I thought when I looked at this. I'm shiny hunting for these two right now. I'm shiny hunting for the white one, of course, but I've already got another one, the normal Salazzle. But basically what I want to say is, this is one of the coolest designs I've seen. I really like. I know it's just a simple rechange of colors here. It is just white. It's not really the biggest deal in the world. I personally don't think that it still looks badass as hell. It is beautiful. I like it. And either way, that's going to be the end of this top 5. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button below and do subscribe for more top 5 and top 10s. And I will catch you Pokemon trainers the next time.